I'm going to make sure the email went through. All right.
And the email?
The email went through.
It's sent?
Partially sent. They send it 3 at a time. And then I just sent the text. I like this song a lot.
Yeah.
Remember when they played it on the Capitol?
This is your music.
I know, this is my generation.
I think they want to hear my music, but...
Yeah. You want some YMCA?
No. Yeah, YMCA would be good.
Yeah, well, we can do that.
All right, let's see if everybody's coming in yet.
All right, let's see. All right.
Nope, still waiting.
All right. I see people here.
Yeah, I know. But the email blast, yeah.
I don't know if the email blast.
Can you guys hear us?
Everyone's saying hello and where they're from. But I asked everyone to tell us where they're from.
Marky Mark sees us from Aurora, Colorado.
Yay. I love it.
Hey, welcome, Charles Short.
We're glad you can make it.
Turn that down.
Okay, I think we're live, baby.
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Yep.
All right, cool.
And we're good to go.
Hey, guys. Welcome to our Wednesday Night Live. This is what we're going to be doing for the rest of 2025. We're super excited.
We're gonna have
getting together as a group, kind of share what's going on. And tonight we're going to try something really different.
Yes.
We're going to ask for your patience.
But just as juicy, okay? Bring the receipts. This is going to be so much fun.
You guys, as you know, Mercedes and I have been really excited about what's happening to the country right before our very eyes. Both of us watched what was going on in Capitol Hill today with a lot of excitement. Things are happening so fast, so many positive things, and more and more people are talking about God, right? Mm-hmm. I really believe we're starting a national revival.
God became cool again. All of a
God's
sudden,
cool
God
again. Everybody's
cool
talking about God on the strangest places. Everybody's starting to do it, which is a good thing because
Yeah.
God's got to be first.
Yeah.
But tonight we want to just go live with you guys, visit a little bit. We're going to share our X page with you guys. We're gonna try a few things. We're gonna show you the things that we were looking at today, and we think they're the top news stories of the day. And so we're gonna ask when we start. We want to make sure the sound is right and everything's good. And so if you guys can just help us, if you can hear the sound as we play in this for you, we want to know your thoughts of what you think about this stuff. Okay. So again, we're experimenting. We're excited about 2025 in our lives on Wednesday night. This is what we're going to do by the end of it. We'll make a decision, all of us, if we're going to try this again or do something different. But we know who the RV Odd Squad is, right? We know they love God, they love family, and they love country.
Yeah.
And we know who our people are.
And that used to be uncool and outdated, but all of a sudden, God is in, everyone.
God is in. And what's so exciting is we are living, I think, in one of the greatest times in history right now.
Fast.
It's fast. It's going so fast. It's hard to keep up with it.
Yeah.
And the opponents, the left, does not know. I mean, it goes so fast, they just can't keep up with the story. So
Agreed.
We're going to share that with you guys tonight. And also some big news because President Trump's presidency is a lot different than anything any of us have ever seen.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He's going for broke. What they've done to him,
go home.
and God protected him, saved him, and I believe he's trying to maybe save our country. So I'm just going to go through here and make sure everybody's here. We're still waiting on a few guys.
Stacy says God is hip.
God is hip
God
again.
Is hip again. That's funny. I love it.
Yep. All right, so we're going to do a test right now.
We need you guys to tell us if you can hear the audio of John's feed. So John is really active on our previously Twitter, now known as X, account. But here's the thing. I don't supervise any of the posts that he makes on X. So sometimes it gets a little wild there. And what we've done, though, is there's been so many fun things is that we want to share on one screen some of the things that we have found.
And if you guys can't tell, both Mercedes and I, even Mercedes has been really sick. We went and saw that beautiful granddaughter.
Oh, yeah, I sound horrible.
And we both got sick. She got sick while we were there. It was a blessing. And then both of us are sick when we got back. So we got back to Thunder Canyon last night. So if we sound a little hoarse, it's just we're recovering from some stuff.
Yeah, it's all this screaming because winning feels so good.
All right, here we go. We're going to try it. You guys, I'm going to start it up and then I'm going to pause it and say, hey, could you hear that? Okay.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
This is what we saw today when we were watching C-SPAN, because see, I'm enjoying watching C-SPAN. I know. So this is what we saw.
This is a summary of what we saw today on Capitol Hill.
Say you're pro-vaccine. Just want to ask some questions. And yet the organization is making money selling a child's product to parents for $26, which is fundamental doubt.
For hours. We watched this for hours. Did you guys hear all that?
Did you guys watch any of that? And could you hear it?
Yeah.
Sound from X is good. All right. Awesome. We are so excited.
We're
Guys,
going to party, guys. We're going to watch.
We are insisting on having fun with our channel this year.
Yeah.
Last year was a rough one because, as you guys know,
it was no fun.
We laid ourselves out there and put out a lot of videos to try to change, or bring to people's attention how crazy it was. Not that everybody knew or didn't know, but we wanted to bring the attention to it last year. And we paid a heavy price with subscribers and our bottom line. We gave up a lot of money to get away from, RV videos. We used to be freedom, independence, and adventure.
Yeah.
The country went to hell 4 years ago. And for the past 4 years, we've been getting louder and sharing because I really believe in my heart that if President Trump hadn't won this election, that the country was doomed. Can't even imagine.
Well, and so one of the things that we are shifting in our channel is that it's not just about RVing, which obviously RVing has a lot to do with our lives because we live and do everything in a campground. So that's not going anywhere. And we're hoping to travel more now that things are safer.
Yep.
But how we live, politics is like what we choose, how we live, and it's so important to our lives. But who can you trust to tell you what's happening, right? And that's what we found and why we kind of made this pivot. So we watched C-SPAN for I don't know how many hours when all we needed to do was watch that 30-second clip. And we would have gotten everything that we needed to know from the Democratic Party. And John has this really funny one. Can you pull up the breaking news on Elizabeth Warren?
Breaking news on Elizabeth Warren.
Let's see. Probably one of my favorite ones. Make sure you go on.
I got to go into my bookmarks.
It was hilarious. And it was also kind of like back and forth because they'd have someone conservative and then they'd have someone liberal, someone conservative. And you get this whiplash watching these people and their different opinions. It was like, ow, this hurts.
That's not it.
So what about home, maybe?
Hold on.
It's
right here.
There you go.
All right.
So
this
is breaking news, guys.
This is breaking news. Okay. You ready?
Yep. Make sure you hit.
So let me go ahead and get this here. Okay.
Perfect.
Back. And here we go. You ready?
You guys aren't going to believe what just happened. For the first time,
Elizabeth Warren was caught telling the truth.
And then check out right here.
Ready?
Yep. I'm ready. Hit play.
Or profitable. In fact, he may have the opportunity to bankrupt the vaccine manufacturers and then nobody gets vaccine. Or profitable. In fact,
she is so concerned about the vaccine makers.
He may have the opportunity to bankrupt the vaccine manufacturers and then nobody gets vaccine.
Nobody's going to get vaccinated.
Wow. And when you look at her questions, she was like, at first it started legit. Are you going to profit from these, companies? And he's like, no, I don't intend to take any money from them, even after this job title. But then she was like, well, but you've made money by suing them. And he's like, well, I'm not going to not sue them. She wanted him to commit to not suing the drug manufacturers, all these big pharma companies. And it's like, no, why would he do that?
And I believe in my heart that Bobby Kennedy is on a mission from God. I want to play you the next clip, which just really moved my heart. Things changed a few months ago when I call them the superstar team, which is Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and we couldn't have won this election without Elon Musk. Without X, I think we were doomed. Tulsi Gabbard and Bobby Kennedy. And this is how Bobby started out today on Capitol Hill.
That we have massive health problems in this country that we must face honestly. And the first thing I've done every morning for the past 20 years is to get on my knees and pray to God that he would put me in a position to end the chronic disease epidemic and to help America's children. That's why I'm so grateful to President Trump for the opportunity to sit before you today and seek your support and partnership in this endeavor.
All right.
Yeah. So what's wrong with what he said there? How is this a blue and red issue? How is being healthy a blue and red issue?
Yeah, 60% of our country is obese or ill.
Mhm.
They're poisoning us with the food. They're poisoning us with the air, the water, everything. And I used to think a lot of the water stuff and fluoride and the food and the streams in the sky, that they were all conspiracy theories. And if one thing hasn't been absolutely clear at this point, is most of the conspiracy theorists have been proven right in the past
it's
6
no
months.
longer an insult.
It's no longer an
It's not
insult.
the
It's like a
insult,
badge of honor.
apparently. And here's what's wild to me that he pointed out in this hearing, and it took a lot of time on C-SPAN for this to come out. I'll give it to you in 10 seconds, okay? So the CDC and all these government organizations, they're focusing on outbreaks, right? On pandemic and that sort of thing. But most Americans have chronic illnesses. So what does that mean? They're focusing on the next big germ, when in reality, our daily living conditions are slowly making us sick, and more people are losing their life from the chronic conditions than they are from these mass crazy, chicken monkey flu pox.
Yeah, the Democrats have been screaming that egg prices aren't down in 8 days. And yet Bobby brought to their attention today that the Biden administration called 100 million chickens, and that's why we're having trouble with eggs right now. But my hope is that Bobby gets into HHS. If you guys can help, call your senator, call your local congressman, put the pressure on him, especially in the Senate. Get this guy approved. I think Bobby's on a mission from God. I think he's a good man. I think he's got a good heart. He's in recovery like I am. So I think he's telling us the truth. And I think he is divinely appointed to try to save this country and our children.
And he said the most amazing thing that you guys will not believe, that like you never hear. When asked certain questions, there were times where he said the word, "I don't know."
Yes.
And that is so refreshing to hear.
The next big thing that we were really excited about was this one, you guys.
Oh,
protecting children from chemical and surgical mutilation. This is where Mercedes and I last year really started getting involved and playing our trumpet as loud as we could, that we had to protect our children. Mm-hmm. I believe in my heart that we're going to look back in 20, 25 years from now and think that we lived through one of the sickest, most psychotic times in American history. The way that they have allowed our children to get into their minds in school and to have actual men dancing in front of them.
It's just completely insane.
It's been insane. And yet somehow it's been okay. And it wasn't okay with us.
Yeah, I know. This is a big one because it's not just the ideas that are so harmful, different thought, but this is a permanent, I wouldn't even call it a solution, a permanent decision that impacts not just you a year from now, 10 years from now, but it impacts the future generations. It's like, why are we sterilizing
our children?
Why are we trying to handicap this whole generation from having kids? So we're going to poison the food. We're going to poison the water. We're going to poison all the air. And then if that's not good enough, we're going to poison their minds and have them chemically castrate themselves.
It's just absolutely insane.
It's diabolical.
It's diabolical. And in California and a few other states, if you don't, what do they call it? Acquire your kid.
If you don't affirm.
If you do not affirm your child, the state can actually take your child away. They call that child abuse. So you got a young boy that thinks for some reason, because he's on social media, that he's a girl, and you don't affirm him, then you can actually have your children taken away, which is insane. And that's why we've been so loud about this kind of stuff.
Exactly. Because the truth is, as a parent, when someone you love is off, you need to tell them. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't care about you and you're saying some wacko stuff, I probably won't say anything.
Yeah. And
if I care, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah. And I really believe we're at a turning point right now, and more of us need to speak up, get loud. Because Mercedes and I were doing videos that others in the space would not touch. We talked about the vax. We actually did a really funny video a year ago about sudden heart attacks. You remember all the young players were falling dead in professional sports all over the place?
And the news advice that they were giving were saying stuff like sunshine is bad for you. That's where really? Are you kidding me? They were saying, oh, don't do exercise. That can bring on heart attacks. And they were saying laughing too much would bring on heart attacks. It's like, who's buying these studies? Oh, wait, I know. Pfizer, Moderna.
Yeah.
I know who paid for that study.
And if you guys also remember, I went crazy in a video last year about Tractor Supply. Tractor
Yeah.
Supply was sponsoring these crazy, what was it called?
It was
Drag Queen Story Time for Children.
Like they're trying to normalize what's not okay.
It's not okay. And what's crazy, you know, it's all part of the DEI. And he's signed 300 executive orders right now, killing stuff. And DEI gone completely out of government. And it's so fun to watch. And we were one of the first people to speak up about Tractor Supply and pushing into people's consciousness what was going on and how they were supporting drag queen story time for kids. And a year later, Tractor Supply, all the dominoes started to fall because we picked it up from Doug and Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. That's what we saw. It drove me, man. I wanted to share as much as I could about it. And then others started to pick it up.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you know, that's what we need is everybody to stand up.
Exactly. Can you highlight Stacy's comment right here?
Yes.
This is some really good stuff. I can't wait till they finally release. Well, guess what, Stacy?
Hey, we got that video queued up here somewhere.
Not only did they release it, but it is absolutely crazy. The moment that he signed that. And I agree with you. It's like, give the Americans, like, let us know what's going on. Don't hide it from us. You know, I think that's been the problem, is that we've been lied to for so long. So check this out.
Check this out. 40-second clip. And the most important thing that I think the president said is towards the end of the clip.
Part.
Check this out, you guys.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed.
And then wait, there's one. Look at this, guys. This.
Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear that?
Give that pen to Bobby Kennedy.
Give that card. Give that pen to RFK Jr. Is that not amazing? So the records have been released, but there's one problem.
They're 5 million pages. So it's going to take time for everybody to go through this stuff. But the piece I love most about that clip is he said everything will be exposed.
Yeah.
I was praying that he would win the presidency and that God would give us the help that happened. I was also praying that there would be so much momentum behind Trump and that he would get in there and start exposing everything. All the American people need is the truth.
Yeah.
Just open the books on all of it. Let us know the truth. They don't tell us anything. 99% is held from us. We can't see it. And I think Americans, and his uncle, John Kennedy, actually, one of his last speeches before he was killed, he talked about what was going to come our way, the military-industrial complex. Yeah. And the science and stuff. So I don't know. I thought it was a great deal. So that was a good one. So
Coco Mako said you couldn't hear it. So that was when he was signing to release the JFK assassination, the Martin Luther King, and then the Bobby Kennedy assassination. So all of those horrible days in U.S. history, all the files, all of them released. And then at the very end, he signs and he pauses and he grabs the pen and he's like, Give this
to Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah. Give this to RFK Jr.
Yep.
It is crazy.
I call him Bobby because I grew up in Massachusetts.
Bobby.
Don't hold it against me.
Give it to Bobby.
But you were bred to love the Kennedy family. And of course, it is a crazy nest of Democrats. Yeah. But here, I wanted to share one video that really touched my heart. It made me cry. This one really moved me.
Yeah.
We've been saying for more than 2 years about the people that have been attacked, American patriots who have been put in jail. They put 1,500 people in jail on J6. Yeah. I believe that thing was completely concocted. They built a narrative. They were screaming the narrative, and that is about to all, come out. And one of the first things Trump did when he got into office is he let the J6 prisoners out. And that's all they can talk about right now. But what's beautiful about this is they come out, they all gathered outside of the jail, and they started doing this.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one, guys.
This is great.
Yeah, it just puts it all in perspective.
If tomorrow all things were done, I'd work for all my life.
Basic prisoners and their families.
I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today. 'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Come on, guys. Tell me
that doesn't put a
didn't
tear in
move
your heart.
you.
What those people have been through. There was more than 1 million people in Washington, and they used that story to go after other people, conservatives, Christians, moms and dads that went to school meetings to tell them to stop doing the craziness in the schools. They turned the FBI on American citizens, people like us.
Yep.
We actually did a video on that too. One of them is called Police State.
Yeah.
But these are the things we did last year to try to bring to everybody's attention. Unfortunately, Americans have been sleeping for way too long.
And it's time. Y'all better put C-SPAN on in the background. I'm serious. Get off your butts. And those of you that are like, oh, well, it doesn't matter for me, or I'm retired and this is none of my business. That's a bunch of baloney.
Yeah.
We need you now more than ever to double down and pay attention. We can't rely on mainstream big media to tell us what's going on.
Mainstream media is absolutely dead. So we're going to ask you guys to get an X account, jump on X, and start following a few people. The best way to get sourced information is directly from the horse's mouth.
And if you want to laugh, follow RVing Couple because he posts on there without any supervision.
I love X. And what's really exciting about this is it actually makes life easier for us. I really believe, I don't like everything about Elon Musk. He scares, some of the things he's doing, it kind of scares me. But X, guys, we couldn't have done this without freedom of speech. And freedom of speech for the past 4 years has been crushed.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, Facebook just settled a $25 million lawsuit for kicking Trump off of Facebook 4 years ago today. Gave $25 million. They didn't admit any wrongdoing. We'll slow down with that one again.
Yeah. No, but guys, and this is what is so, so important. Margene just put it in the comments. She said, keep praying for our country. That is another thing. Fine, you don't want to endure 6 hours of C-SPAN and listen to RFK Jr. get bombarded by colleagues who used to be his friends, by the way. Fine, I don't blame you. But, keep your prayers up. Keep diligent, because now more than ever, we're responsible for the country that we live in.
We are. And it's our responsibility. It's our turn, guys. Mm-hmm. Things have gotten absolutely out of control and insane. What a time to be alive. I've been saying that all year, watching the things that are going on. But now the American people, the minority, the sleeping majority we got our power back, and it's time for us to speak up. X is a platform that we can all use together. Guys, it's so exciting when you're actually watching this stuff on X. Yeah. And you see momentum build in something because of the influencers that actually can do it.
Exactly.
Because of the influences, not only on X, but on YouTube. Yeah. I believe that's what helped the president win the election this year, because a lot of influencers got more views than mainstream media. Mainstream media is nothing but lies, 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 lies. Yep. So jump on X, follow the RV Couple.
Well, and not just that, but we are witnessing the democratization of information. Okay, because we live our lives and we live under laws that people we elected didn't make. It's all these third-party NGOs or people that were appointed that are making laws that determine how we live. And thank God, at least now we get the media. We're starting with the media. And what does that mean? You want to write a book? You can self-publish. You have a song? You no longer need a record label. You can put the song out on your own and be discovered. And the discovery of that song will be based on merit and the quality of the lyrics. And it won't be based on P. Diddy, right? And most importantly, if you have news that you want to share, you have a phone and you can share it. And if it's interesting news, it will go viral. You no longer need big, traditional, deep state, deep money, shallow message media.
You don't need it
We
no more.
have the power back in our hands.
Yeah, the people have the power. You know, Elon Musk has been saying we are the media now. We are I'm proud of that. I'm proud that we had the guts to stand up and say things that nobody else would say.
Exactly.
We've taken a lot of flack and lost a lot of money because of it, but we have built one of the best communities we think there is anywhere. You know, the RV Odd Squad, Thunder Canyon, Camp Gratitude, God's House, our beautiful little chapel. What a beautiful community we have, and let the people go away.
Yeah.
We know who we want to be with. We know the people that we want to hang with.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be just fine. We believe in God first, family second, and then country. God basically is going to fix all this stuff, and if anything's possible with God. And one of the big announcements that we wanted to make, you guys.
Oh yeah, you want to send that story?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Which one?
The big announcement.
Oh, well, our big announcement is actually on the thumbnail that we posted. Mercedes and I have signed up for White House credentials.
We have applied officially for White House credentials.
We have officially applied for White House credentials. And man, anything's possible with God. When I first said it to Mercedes, she's like, you're nuts. So I believe anything's possible with God. Absolutely anything. I believe that God is the only reason we are where we are right now.
Yeah.
Thank God he had mercy on our country and gave us another shot, because throughout history, every great empire has always ended up starting to kill children when things started getting really bad. When they start killing the kids. Yes.
That's one of the, and it's weird because there's key things that follow the society. The fluidity of genders is one. The sacrificing of children is one. The destabilization of the currency. What's our currency based on? There's like all these telltale signs of what's to come. And the one with the kids, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. And the number one thing is to get God out of the schools, to get God out of our country, to get God. And sadly enough, too many Christians self-censored. They stopped talking about God. And more people are talking about it. You see it on every single football game now. I wanted to share something with you guys, and let me see if I can go find it.
Well, while you're finding it, a lot of people, you go look for it, because a lot of people are mentioning about the press passes. They're also mentioning about how some of the J6ers are still in prison.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate that they've decided to play around with that, but it is to be expected. I think what's so beautiful is that, God doesn't make any guarantees for us for an easy life, but he's graced us. We certainly have been graced with this opportunity. And the reason I think covering these topics is so important is we can't let up on our laurels. We can't say, oh, we got the lead, we're fine, because we go asleep. And that's what happened the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm. And our kids have really suffered for it. Here's one that actually really, this one just happened today.
Yeah.
The radical indoctrination in K through 12. Our president wants to get our country back to the basics, reading, math, true history of our country, and being proud to be Americans again. And again, he is signing executive orders so fast that the left can't keep up with it. They just can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to be a part of it and to watch it happen. So we are going to keep you guys in the loop about what we hear about the press pass.
Oh my gosh.
We got an email about it.
Yeah.
They're going to consider us. They may let Mercedes in the White House. Probably not me.
Could you imagine if they let him ask a question? He would have no filter. He'd be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard before. Like he would have, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if they'd let him in, but I think we have a higher chance of me getting in there. I'm very excited for this, guys. And what I'm hoping we can accomplish on Wednesdays is have this be like
just get together, like we're all hanging around. When we went through the inauguration, we had 30 people out in the fellowship hall watching everything. Half of us were crying. It was absolutely beautiful, and we want to do that more often because you guys are our family. The RV Odd Squad is our family. You guys have carried us through some really dark and tough times, and now we got a beautiful home base. We got a beautiful church that we can pray together and become closer and closer. And with that said, I wanted to share one more thing with you guys.
I have one thing after your one thing.
Go.
Oh, I'll go first?
Yep, you go first.
Guys, so one of the things that does personally affect us, as they've been going through Doge and trying to get rid of, wasteful government spending, they've come up with $50 million.
For condoms.
Now, our last name is Condons with an N, as in Nancy, but it looks like there's been a little bit of a typo. So it's not $50 million for us. It's literally $50 million for condoms in Palestine, which I don't know how that was the American people's responsibility to take care of, but apparently it was.
$50 million for condoms. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up.
Yep.
But what's crazy is the left is losing their mind right now because Trump is frozen trillions of dollars that are going to these NGOs and not only pushing this sick ideology in our country, but all over the world. The whole world is starting to wake up. God, if we had lost America, the whole world was done, and they know it. They know it. The world loves the fact that President Trump is back in office and bringing us in the right direction. The other big news today that really got my heart was Laken Riley was passed. It only got one Democrat to vote for it. That crazy big guy that doesn't like to put on a suit from Pennsylvania. But I wanted to share this with you.
This is incredible. You guys need to listen to this.
You guys, this is every single person in this country should be wanting to sign this. And the fact that only one Democrat did broke my heart. But the Laken Riley Act did pass today. And this is Laken Riley's mom, President Trump.
Oh, yep. And then when you finish, we have some questions that
Yep.
we'll answer.
We also want to thank President Trump for the promises he made to us. He said he would secure our borders and that he would never forget about Laken. And he hasn't. He's a man of his word. We trust that he will fight for the American people. Most importantly, I want to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without his sacrifices, Laken's story would have ended on that horrific day that she was taken from us. But because of him, we can continue living knowing that we will see Laken again.
Guys.
That's absolutely beautiful.
And it's horrifying at the same time.
It's absolutely
Why did
horrible
it
what's
have to
happened to
take
our
that?
country.
Why
Yeah.
did it have to take that for simple, regular laws to be?
And that's just one
upheld?
story
Yeah.
out of thousands of stories. 15 to 20 million illegal aliens have come into our country. And guys, it's been exciting the first 8 days of his presidency, but the battle has just begun.
Yep.
We need God more than ever right now. We need people to pray everywhere. We need all of us to pray together that this country will get back to its original founding principles and purposes that it was set up, which was all the glory to God. And God will take care of it.
Yep.
2 Chronicles 7:14, one of my favorites.
Yep.
He'll heal it. All we got to do is humble ourselves, pray, and trust, and he will heal our land.
What a grace that this woman is honoring God in such a horrendous tragedy. I mean, if that's not a demonstration of grace and courage and, sorry guys, general badassery, I don't know what is. You go, mama, because she didn't give up and her heart is completely broken. This does not fix her broken heart. But what it does is it makes it just a little bit more palatable that it's not in vain. And I mean, this is with all these executive orders, they're coming so fast. It's hard to keep track of them, but we need to double down because don't worry, the other side is going to regroup. They are going to come back with a counter move. And at that point, we need to be ready because a lot of these things they're going to say, oh, that's not constitutional. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, this, they're going to try to fight each positive executive order that has been done. And that's why we can't rest on our laurels and think that, oh, well, he signed the executive order, the work is done. No, now we need to catch these people that are not supposed to be in here. And God bless the ones that are trying to, look for a good life. But unfortunately, you can't have a country
It's
without
against
borders.
the law.
That's the bottom line.
He
And
broke our law coming across that border illegally.
exactly. And we cannot get complacent.
Mhm.
So you guys have been asking some questions. I'm going to say.
Can I say one more
Oh, yeah.
thing and then
Yeah,
we'll
go
get to
ahead.
questions?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Laken's mother, Laken Riley's mother, and what she thinks about those 300 people that did not vote for this act?
Oh my gosh.
Can
yeah.
you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the name of the guy, the big tall guy?
Fetterman.
Fetterman. There it is. Fetterman. God bless that guy. He's slowly coming around a little bit, right? And just the fact, if that's not proof that our elections have been fixed for a decade, in this country, I don't know what is. How he ever beat Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania is just crazy. It just shows you that the only way we won this election was we overwhelmed them, and more people came out.
Too big to cheat.
Too big to rig. That's why we won. I think Democrats were just as shocked that they didn't steal another one.
Exactly.
All right. Questions in all caps.
Yeah. And so one of the questions that Carl, our very gracious moderator, asked was an update in our efforts in North Carolina. And I'm happy to report that John has been in communication with an ex
Ryan.
And
one of our RV Odd Squad members lives in there, Michael Shepard. He's up in that area, retired Marine. He's in that area. He's a good man. He's been looking for propane companies. We're trying, and we're praying about it. We ask you guys to pray along with us for guidance, direction, and what kind of help we can bring there. Mercedes and I will be heading that way in 2 to 3 weeks. We just got back yesterday.
And we need a heal.
We're just going to take a breath, and then we plan on firing up the RV and heading into North Carolina. I do have a few people on the ground that are helping us to try to find a campground.
Yeah.
We obviously don't want to take up any space. Any family that needs it.
Yeah.
But if anybody's there and they know they have a place we can park in your driveway, or a campground that has space that we're not taking, any space from those who really need it, we'd love to come in, spend a week or two there, get into the community, see the damage for ourselves, and not have to believe any of the lies the media tells us. See it for ourselves. I actually have a contact on the ground there, and if you join X, you guys, and you want to see what's going on, let me see if I can find.
You're in your main page.
I am. Let me go back to this one. His name's Ryan.
Well, you look for that. Somebody else asked about how you're feeling. So I'm going to answer the question on how his back is feeling, because that's what a good wife does, right? No, I'm kidding. Do you want to keep?
I'm a mess.
He's a hot mess.
I'm a hot mess. I'm struggling to get from the couch to the kitchen now. And it was really hard because my sons had no idea any of this was going on.
So he shows up at the son's house playing with the grandbaby, and he's like,
wobbling around. But the good news is that I got 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow. That's what we're going to be doing the next week or two, getting there. Mm-hmm. We're going to probably get another MRI done and have some other stuff done. And we're doing everything I can. I really believe that God's going to perform a miracle in my life. I don't think I'm done yet.
He did. It would be me.
It has been driving me a little bit crazy just because I move fast. Ask anybody that has seen me. I move fast.
Yeah.
I can't move, and it's driving me absolutely insane.
His head is still as fast as his feet used to be.
But God is not finished with me yet. I think he still has work for me to do. And we'll take it as far as we possibly can.
The prayers are appreciated.
The prayers are deeply appreciated. You guys know we give the RV Odd Squad and God all the credit for our daughter's amazing healing.
Yeah. And
the prayers are going to work on me as well. Thine will, not mine, be done. I never pray for myself. Ever, 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 ever. I don't. I pray for others. And I just ask for God's will to be done. I buckle up and hold on tight.
That's
but
sure.
I'm blessed. I'm one of the most blessed guys in the entire planet. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful campground. I have beautiful friends, family. And right now we're rebuilding our country, and we need all of your help. Exactly. So jump on X, follow the RV Odd Couple in there, and become part of it. Tweet, share the stuff that's important. Double check the stuff yourself, and turn off the media, guys. The mainstream media is so dead.
Turn on C-SPAN.
They're firing everybody left and right, and C-SPAN. The best way to really know what's going on is to take the time to actually watch what they say.
And then you decide for yourself what it means.
The left loves taking little clips out of context and throwing them up all the time. And it's just, it's a bunch of crap.
It is. Well, you look for that.
Okay, my brother has a cabin there. I will ask and be in touch. That would be fantastic. Pour it from the heart.
Yeah, that's Rhonda.
Yeah, and we don't even need to stay in his cabin. We just need a place to park outside.
We just need to
plug in some water. We even have our own generator and stuff. So we can actually go off grid if we have to. Again, we just don't want to take up any space from those who really need the space.
Wouldn't that be so selfish to be in there and be like, so that's the big thing. I don't care if we have to boondock it or mooch dock it. We'll rough it.
And then one more thing, guys. I don't know if you've been watching it, but I've been following this for the last 4 hours on X. they've got a pretty bad wildfire out there in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And that is, they're evacuating people. So add those people to your prayers. They are going through hell. And that's why I wanted to find Ryan's name. Hold on
Okay.
one second. You talk for a second.
Is that the Vaughn guy? That
Yes,
we know?
Ryan Vaughn.
Vaughn something. Vaughn.
He's agreed to meet with us. He's agreed to do an interview with us.
Oh yeah, he would. It was Ryan. Vaughn.
Nicest guy, man. That guy has brought so much attention to North Carolina all by himself with his phone.
Yeah.
With his phone. We are the media now.
Exactly. All you have to do is just, have a message worth sharing, and the democratization of whether or not that message matters. That was probably the biggest thing from the several hours of the hearing today on C-SPAN, is that all of these talking points that the Democrats were talking about in unison, they went back to abortion. And it's like, but abortion's not illegal, so they're trying to make it sound like all these people are suffering from this health crisis. And I think the American people are responding, no, this is not the health issue that we're going to, this is not the hill we're willing to die on. We're dying on the chronic illness hill. We're dying on the, why is McDonald's in Canada have 3 ingredients in the French fries, and here it has 11 ingredients in the French fries?
It's disgusting.
Why is it that all of these foods that are really geared towards kids, the Gushers, the Pop-Tarts, all these things that are really designed for kids, why do they all have that red number 5 or whatever it is? Like, why are we aiming that for the kids? If you're a grown-up and you want to eat trash, it's America, you're free. But why are we, doing that for the kids? That's the part that really, really messes with me.
And one of the things, and I keep praying every night, the same prayer. I got the same prayer all the time. But it's actually, I'm getting a little high, getting a little excited, because the Democrats sound so silly. The same old talking points don't work anymore. Trump's like, what can they do? They've called me a Nazi. They've tried to kill me. They've done this. What does he have to lose? And this is the guy. This is the guy that can actually get the country fixed. He's coming up on his 80s. He's already got all the money he needs.
Yeah,
he wants it. He does have a big ego. He does. You know what I mean? But he wants to go down not as one of the greatest. He wants to go down as the greatest president in American history to save this country. And I believe he's given us some tastes of it. The Democrats just have the same old talking points, and it's not working anymore. And people are leaving the media and going to YouTube and going to influencers online. So
people are asking if it's Ryan Van Duzer, but
no, his name is Matt Van Swal. Matt Van Swal. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Show that
right there.
I'm going to put his name in the chat.
Yeah.
So you guys can see that.
It's up to 350 acres now. They've only got it 5% contained, but they are evacuating people. And again, those people have been through hell.
I mean, if it's not the water that kills you, then it's not the cold. Now it's going to be fire. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yes.
What these people have gone through.
It's absolutely insane.
It's absolutely insane. We also have another important thing.
Hold on one second. So Penny Mose, what area of North Carolina do you want to go to stay with your RV? We're open-minded wherever God sends us. We're praying every day, multiple times, to God send us what we need and to bring what we need. Exactly. And so we're pretty open-minded. Like I said, we just got back from seeing our grandchildren. Now we're really starting to dig in and look up there. I got Michael Shepard and a couple other people in that area who are going to help us figure out, where we're going to go and how we're going to get there. I want to go into the areas that really need the most help. And so if you guys know areas that really need help, shoot me an email. Shoot us an email, rvoddsquad@gmail.com, rvoddsquad@gmail.com. And we'd love all the help we can get. But most importantly, just continue to pray for God's will to be done with us. And he'll put us exactly where he needs us to be for the people that really, truly need us.
Amen.
So Matt Van Swal, that's right.
All
right, let's see. Go ahead.
Notable mentions on the, notable mentions on the executive orders. DEI is gone. Planned Parenthood is gone. The Gulf of America. Google has changed the name to the Gulf of America.
Google is changing it.
Now tell me in the comments, guys, is this one that you guys really care about? Because personally, every time I see Gulf of America, I just kind of laugh at it. But I don't mind it. But I'm just kind of like, this is really kind of silly. But it's also kind of cool. So are you guys in the same place that you guys just kind of chuckle when you hear Gulf of America? Because I'm like, okay, I'm good with it. I mean, if there's a hill I'm willing to die on, it's more of the Panama Canal than Gulf of America. But I'm down with Gulf of America.
Gulf of America it is. It doesn't matter much. All we need to do is get God back in the schools. We need to start teaching kids math, reading, writing, the true history of America, and get these kids proud again. We need to start having babies again. We need generations of people that are excited.
Speak for yourself.
We've had 2 generations of kids that are victims. Everybody's a victim, right? It's a race to be a victim.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of that stuff. And it's Marxism, and what it is, you guys. You know this. It's just straight up Marxism. So
I agree.
Pray, keep doing exactly what we're doing.
The Gulf of Texas.
The Gulf of Texas.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past Texans to kind of do a resolution on that. That's funny.
So we appreciate the prayers, you guys. You know what? I've been a little nervous for this one because we've never tried anything like this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Can you tell us in the comments if you'd like to see us do this again?
And give us a thumbs up if you like this format of going back and forth to the different media. You do have to have a little bit of patience, but I think it's worth it to show you what it is we're talking about.
Yes. And we'll get better and better at it. So again, in the comments, just tell us, give us a thumbs up. You like it or you don't like it.
The Gulf of Florida, the Gulf of Buc-ee's. You guys need to talk to Trump's marketing department. I think they're all very good ideas. Yep. I love them all. That is funny. So I think we're good on questions.
I think we're good, guys.
If I missed your question, I'm so sorry. But guess what? We'll do this again next Wednesday because we're going to have a weekly party with our people.
Yep. So thanks for all your love and support. We would not be here without you guys, and we appreciate you putting up with our shenanigans and keep us in your prayers, and we'll keep you up to date on what's going on in the next couple of weeks.
We'll watch C-SPAN so you don't have to.
Jump on X.
That's right.
Get this. Get involved. Become part. What I believe is one of the greatest American revivals we've ever seen. We're living in it.
We're in it right
you know,
now.
And when Christianity gets persecuted the way that we've been persecuted in a few years, we expand, we explode. Our job is to go out and start helping as many people as we possibly can. So do your job.
Yeah, do your job.
Do your job. Help somebody else.
God bless
you. See you guys later.
Nice.